Hey guys, HMK here once again with another Kingdom Hearts 3 video from the Kingdom Hearts 3 premiere event. Big thanks once again to Square Enix and Disney for the invites to the event and all the accommodations. Now this video has slight story spoilers when dealing with the Toy Story world and what young Xehanort is doing there from what we saw from the Toy Story trailer back D23 last year. Unfortunately, due to the limitations that Square Enix and Disney gave me, I cannot show you any pictures or video from the event dealing with young Xehanort or any type of cutscenes from the Toy Story world, but I will use the pictures from the D23 trailer and that footage in order to help convey the message of what young Xehanort is doing there. So it runs down like this. When you roll to Galaxy Toys from Andy's house with Woody and Buzz, as soon as you get there, they look at the Gigas toys, which are the big mechs that you can go around and fight with or fight against, and then they're like, why? And Sora's like, why doesn't that toy move? And then Woody's like, it looks like it didn't figure out how, which is something I'm gonna get to later on to the video. And then Sora's like, and then young Xehanort appears like, I can move it for you. And then he's like, you're the guy from the dream, the first of the Xehanorts. And then young Xehanort, Ben Diskin, is like, I'm so flattered, or honored, whatever. I'm so honored that you remember me. Snaps his fingers, summons a couple of Heartless, and the Heartless go inside of those mechs, the Gigas, and starts moving them around, starts attacking. And then Woody's like, oh snap, it can move. I'm paraphrasing her, obviously. And then Ham's like, way cool. And then it attacks Ham, but then Sora, Donald, and Goofy help block the hand, and that's the scene where you see Sora's like, okay, great, why are you doing this? That is what they were blocking. A lot of people's like, what is Sora guarding against? He's guarding against a Gigas fist. And then Woody takes Ham and gets him to safety and whatever. And then in English, he's like, oh, what's going on? And then young Xehanort says, see how one's heart shadow fills the emptiness of another? Like Heartless and Nobodies, they fit together. So from that, we understand what he meant by that, because we got that from D23 last year. What he meant by that is that he had a Heartless go inside the empty husk of the toy of the Gigas in order to move it around and bring it to life. So a Heartless was bringing that toy to life. And that is something we're gonna have to deal with later in another video, because oh my god, the Toy Story world was just out of this world. And then Sora's like, why are you doing this? And that's when he's like, oh, the way Heart connects here could provide a clue because we're missing a darkness that we need to reclaim. And then he goes into something very interesting where he says, so in order to figure out how hearts work, they made a copy of the world in order to pull the hearts apart. And then Sora's like, what does that mean? And then he's like, I wonder how you'll handle the strain. Opens up a corridor of darkness and walks away, and then he's all like, don't disappoint me. And he walks off, and then that's it. That's all we see from young Xehanort. After that preliminary boss fight between Sora and the Gigas and Woody and Buzz and all that stuff, Woody and Buzz are wondering what did that guy meant. And then Sora's like, he probably meant that they split the world in two, and that Andy and the rest of Woody and Buzz's friends are in the other world. That one world is the real thing, and one world is just very convincing. And then Woody deduces that's why Buzz's laser actually works in the world, because that's how Buzz fights. And then I gotta say right now, Buzz Lightyear is a grade A asshole in this. Man, he will not get off my boy Sora's back in the entirety of the world, but it's justified because Buzz is very skeptical about Sora. Sora won't say where he's from, why he's been fighting the Heartless, and the fact that Buzz deduces like, you have a lot of enemies that could be really affecting us. And the fact that he said something like this, he's like, oh, here in reality you can't split worlds. Why am I even listening to this? Ridiculous. And also a little context is that Rex thinks Sora, Donald, and Goofy are characters from a video game he's been playing for a couple of months now, named Yazora, Magus, and Aegis. And then Buzz uses that against Sora later on. He's like, oh, you really think he split the world in two? Oh wait, you're from a video game, but here in reality. And I'm like, boy, Buzz, you are a walking, living toy, all right? I don't want to hear it. So it seems young Xehanort and the Organization 13 have taken the Toy Story world of Toy Box and split it in two. One that's very convincing but a fake, and one that's real. And then Sora deduces that a bunch of the toys and Andy are in the real world, and then they're fighting in a fake world. The reason why young Xehanort did this is to understand how hearts work in that world in order to find the missing darkness. And that goes back to what Woody says earlier in this cutscene. When Woody said, oh, I guess it just didn't figure out how to move or whatever. I feel that the Toy Story world, Woody and Buzz is gonna elaborate later, and this wasn't in the demo. Like what Woody meant wasn't the, I'm just theorizing right here. I feel that this world is gonna go deeper into the aspects of why toys have life in the aspect of Toy Story, where it goes on to say that, oh, like, you know, when a heart of a child connects to that of a beloved toy, it brings it to life. And then that's what young Xehanort is trying to understand in order to find the missing darkness. And that's why he's like, you see the shadows of a heart fill the emptiness of another, and then he's playing around with those aspects and thinking that that's how hearts work in this world, and if we can get that to work somehow, we can probably get the last darkness by doing this and figuring out how toys come to life other than what we're doing right now. So there you have it, guys. That is why young Xehanort is in the Toy Story world. He's fiddling around with the world. He's trying to figure out how hearts work and how they connect, and that he's throwing Heartless into other toys and bringing them to life that way. But Woody and Buzz seem to know a higher secret on how toys come to life, and I feel that has to deal with connecting the hearts of children with their beloved toys, and that's how they get brought to life, which would be a really cool aspect to explore. That's something that was never elaborated in the Toy Story movies. And, you know, Kingdom Hearts, let's go, Kingdom Hearts 3. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think young Xehanort means, or what Woody means with all of this good jazz. So guys, until the next video, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.